journey with Zelda. We are following the We Work formula tonight. My PFP journey began with running my first marathon in 2018. I wanted my run to be meaningful and to raise awareness and money for something worthwhile, and I couldn't imagine pounding the tar for 42 Ks and not making a small difference somewhere. And then Karen Mackenzie with PFP appeared, and so my PFP story began. I've always had a keen interest in education, social and community awareness. It is where I wanted to spend my energy outside my circle of family, friends and work. I am partnered with Zelda Skonken from Nottingham Road Primary School, which has 263 pupils ranging from grade R to grade 7 and 15 teachers and admin staff. Our story this past year has been focused on developing our relationship, a level of trust and understanding of both our environments. Zelda has been as headmistress for 2 years, and I found my passion for marketing and selling property. I belong at Nottingham Road Primary School. I feel trusted by Zelda and her team. We can plan the future confidently for the benefit of our pupils and, in my world, the client, by contributing one step at a time to the development of education and ultimately the growth of our country. Through the PFP program, I've learned to be curious and ask questions like, what if? How can we do things differently? And what do you think? And to allow others to bring their creative ideas to the table without overpowering them with my ideas. This has taught me to give others the space to develop freely and to make the necessary mistakes needed for long-term growth. The PFP courses and workshops have empowered me as a leader, and I was even able to ask an employee, what if you found another job more suited to your talents? I was able to look at the opportunity and possibility this change could bring for both of us. Zelda and I, as leaders, are working on facilitating an inclusive environment for growth, leadership, and the freedom to speak our truth with confidence and respect for the benefit of our pupils, their families, and all of us in South Africa.
Good evening, everybody. My journey. I became a part of this program. I was filled with trepidation, and I was wondering where this was going to lead. What are these people going to ask of me? How will it all unfold? The strange part of it was that I had absolutely no expectation, and I had a pretty limited idea of what this program was going to offer. But this all changed in 10 minutes, within 10 minutes of Karen Mackenzie's presentation. Her warmth, enthusiasm, and energy spelt it out loud and clear. This is going to be the year of growth, development, and nurturing. This was the year where I was going to grow into a new age leader, much like teaching an old dog new tricks. I was now starting to feel a lot more comfortable with the situation that I'm finding myself in. And this grew into excitement when I was introduced to my partner, Kari Green. I now had a partner that was going to walk this journey with me. Suddenly, I wasn't an island anymore. Excuse me while I turn the page, shaking. 3 intensive workshops were presented to us, which made me realize things about myself that I didn't really know existed. You know, much like when you suddenly start doing a different kind of exercise and those muscles suddenly hurt. That's what it was like. The presenters were knowledgeable and riveting, and I was quickly becoming equipped to deal with such situations in a totally new way. And due to the empowering PFP program, my management style had become one of equality with the team that I was leading. Kari and I had reached a comfortable platform by now, and we have a firm plan of action in place for the future to add to the successes of Nottingham Road Primary that we have already achieved. We are really thinking bigger and much better. Thank you, PFP, for making me this person And the evidence lies in the positive relationships that I have formed with the parents, my staff, and community. In my humble opinion, every leader should have the privilege of living the PFP course. It would certainly change the face of education in our country.
Zelda and I meet on a regular basis. We have cemented our relationship, and I have become a familiar person around the school. We would like to put a number of plans in place this year, and we have moved into the exciting action phase of our partnership. Our story is one of actively listening and engaging in our relationship, where we are heard and supported by each other. We can already see these behaviours filtering down into our school. We had a very good staff meeting last year where we asked the staff to write down one item of change that they would like to see in the school. This brought about much discussion and a sense of involvement, participation by our teachers, and they felt valued and trusted by their opinions and ideas. With this good groundwork in place, we are creating a plan together for 2020 and beyond. Our school is blessed, and with these blessings, we have opportunity to achieve greater things and add value to the lives of our pupils, their families, our teachers, and extend this into the broader community. Our story of inclusion, being heard and valued, will grow and spread and ultimately have a ripple effect into our beautiful country. To ensure we feel this is our school, we are creating a sense of trust and engagement with the pupils, parents, and teachers. The traditional behaviour of our parents is one of placing blind confidence in the school with not much involvement by them, bar a few outspoken ones. We are encouraging a new story here, one of involvement, contribution, and ownership. This is our school, and we all have a voice, which creates endless opportunities for growth and to become a truly community-driven school. And we thank PFP for our growth.
Our work, what Kari and I have achieved thus far. As a starting point, Kari and I spent time walking around the school, trying to decide where we should begin. We set up a circle with our educators, and here we compiled a list of what they deemed the most needed to enable them to be the best that they can be. The first thing we did was get together with our grade R teacher to design a play area, and we began using resources and assistance available to us to establish this play area. Great fun was had when the community, as well as the staff of Notty Spa, joined us in painting tyres for our playground. Computers were donated to the school, and we now have a computer room with 15 up and running computers, which we are most grateful for. This has opened a new world to our learners and empowers them to be part of the age of technology. Further to this, the educators expressed a wish to bring this technology into their lessons by means of whiteboards and projectors. This was on the top of their wish list. We have a rollout plan to raise funds to enable us to install technology into each and every classroom at Nottingham Road Primary School. To date, we have installed 2 out of the 9 classes. My business partner and I have spent many hours planning projects. We have come to the conclusion that 1 year is simply not enough to achieve our goals. Therefore, we have decided that our PFP journey will stretch way beyond a single year. We have started working on future plans, such as a breakfast feeding scheme for our learners. We want to create opportunities for our parents to become more involved and the community to become more involved, whereby they can develop a sense of belonging and ownership of our school. Lastly, we are embracing the wonderful idea that Karen Mackenzie gave all of us, getting the past pupils and businesses of Notties to adopt and sponsor a classroom to renovate and restore. For those of you sitting in this room tonight that did come to Nottingham Road Primary School, will remember that in the early 60s, a couple of prefabs were donated to Nottingham Road Primary School from a school in Hawick. And they've served us well, but they definitely require upgrading and renovating. We are hoping to involve many of our past pupils as well as other interested parties. Just want to point out where I'll be sitting after the meeting. Therefore, for us at Notties, this sums up the action that we are going to take. Corin Mackenzie, the bus driver of our PFP bus, you are one of a kind, and we salute you for the changes that you have brought about in all of us.